This is market recap for September 18th, 2025. As you can see today, we expanded once again, creating new all-time highs on NQ. We did not reach new all-time highs on ES, which may be a problem, or a problem. We may have a little larger of a retrace, either tomorrow, Friday, or Monday because of it, if a new one is not made on ES. So, what happened today is it doesn't really look like much in the hourly, but we had a decent expansion on ES, or sorry, on the lower time frames. So what happened overnight? We expanded overnight, right? We took out this high here, which was all-time highs, and then we came up, consolidated, and so at this point, at the point of market open, we were 186 handles up without a retrace. Um, so personally, I was not comfortable playing longs from here. I needed to see some sort of sell side action, whether that's a low taken or inefficiency. One of the two. We luckily get both. We had this higher time from SMT of these lows here. ES came down and took out these lows, but we also had this 1 hour fair value gap that helped get price up and out pretty quickly. And then from there, took out all-time highs and didn't really do much. Started to retrace for the last hour of trading. 15-minute, you can see more now. We're rallying higher time from SMT. Pre-market helped take us down. Market opened. We ripped down a couple more handles. Yeah, good to 80. Again, SMT of these lows. Look at these closures within that hourly fair value gap. Love to see it. And then we expanded quickly out of it to all-time highs. And then this was kind of a target for the day. We kind of just, once we got there, we went horizontal. I had a little bit of a retrace here. What I can take from this is lunch came down, took out this low, was trying to make another high, but failed. So we started to break down here. And then obviously we went nowhere from there. Now 5-minute doesn't really give us much more. Actually, sorry, I forgot to talk about this 15-minute fair value gap here. 15-minute fair value gap there, keeps price in once, twice, nice respect to the high right there. And then if we look at this 15-minute fair value gap, it's close, right? This fair value gap's at 66.50 and the high of this candle is at 66.25. So it's one tick off, but pretty close if you ask me. Yeah, this is keeping price nice and low, definitely stopping price. That's why for the first hour and 15, maybe more of PM session, we are kind of stuck in this range here before we manipulate upwards, take out this high, and then come down below. 5-minute, like I mentioned, not much more on this time frame. You can just see, again, nice closures down here. Higher time from SMT, hourly fair value gaps, up all-time highs, went horizontal from there. You can see this range we were in, and then we broke down not much, but we did break down a little bit for the last hour of trading. Now, a whole lot of SMTs. Let me take you through them in sequential order. So, like I mentioned, this SMT of these highs helped me get that another confluence for us to target that sell side as well as being a little overextended. So that pushed us down. We had an SMT of lows, which has this little pump here for the first couple of minutes of market open. Take out these highs. There's a fair value up here. I'm sure we're respecting, and then from there we came down here. Large time frame SMT there. Nice respecting of this hourly fair value gap on that 15-minute and 5-minute time frame as we saw. We had a lower time from SMT here. Unfortunately, it was a little too close to the macro, but not in the macro for me to take it. So I waited, right? We had a nice rally here. And once the macro hit, I was semi-confident that we'd have some sort of retrace. If not here, then when we took out this high. But we got one right at the beginning of the macro, which helped us drag back into this fair value gap here. If you look, boom, equilibrium, perfectly hit there. SMT of lows here. I entered I believe it was 69.25 there. Stop was there. I don't think that was right. Let's see. I, in all honesty, don't remember where I entered, but I think to profit one was like a 1 to 2.3, and then I got my finals out at this low, so it was roughly a 1 to 2.3. Yeah, that makes sense with the amount that I made as well. So, was it the best trade? No, but I'm really not going to complain about an expansion like this. Price played nicely, and we actually did something, right? Which for this week is very, very uh, new and unexpected. So these lower time from SMTs helped us push up. Another higher time from SMT had this retrace, pumped up one more time for this macro here, took out this high, another SMT there, helped us hit this retrace for lunch, taking out this low. SMT of these lows gives us one more attempt to take out these highs for the day. We fail to do so, and so we start breaking down here. Stay in this range here. We have relative equal lows here, and so once we are here, the macro here pushes us up. This nice rally up here, taking out these relative equal highs on buy side, staying within this 15-minute for value gap. Just look at these closures up here. These closures are not a single candle, minus this one, but this one's close enough. Not a single candle wants to close outside of this, right? And then once we do take off, boom, we take off, little retrace, and then boom, all the way down to these relative equal lows here, and maybe even equilibrium of the, well, yeah, okay, it's not much farther, but hit that, which was our target for the afternoon, it seems like. So going into the future, we're kind of at a plateau. We have an SMT of these highs, which could be causing this retrace. What I would not be surprised at is if we, um, let's think, Monday, Tuesday didn't do much. Wednesday morning didn't do much. Wednesday afternoon we had FOMC, which was a large retrace. Today was kind of an expansion. Hmm. Again, it's one of those situations where if between now and tomorrow market open price rallies, then I'm going to be taking a short on that TGIF if there's sufficient evidence that the market is going to go down. Since we are at all-time highs, I am going to be hesitant to take that short. But um, if we continue to retrace, I don't think I'll play bearish tomorrow if we retrace overnight. The only reason I would is if we were playing that TGIF retrace. But if we come down and sweep a liquidity, I'll 100% play bullish from there. So that's what I'm expecting between now and then. We'll see what actually happens. So this has been your market recap for September 18th, 2025.